This video is going to be a short one. It will be an addition to the militia unit organizations. This is one that I should have done at the same time that I did the 10-man squad video, and that is the Battle Buddy team. Now, in the U.S. military, Battle Buddy teams are 2 people. In the former comm block countries, word was it was 3 people, and I'll explain that later. But for those of you who never served in the military, you never went through basic training, a common thing you always heard in basic is, where's your battle buddy? Your battle buddy is your better half, okay? You two support each other. You learn each other. You learn, your backgrounds, where you came from and that stuff. There's someone for you to talk to, someone who supports you, ideally. In combat or just in military experience, you two learn each other. You learn each other's moves. I remember hearing a story of a 2-man team in Vietnam, a battle buddy team there that were scouts for their unit. Well, the one of them got separated from the rest of the patrol, and he was trying to find his way back. Well, these two, whenever they encountered anything when they were in scout duty, one would always roll right, one would always roll left. Well, as the one guy was trying to make his way back, he heard something up ahead as he was moving through the jungle. Well, he quickly dropped to the ground and rolled right. Well, the person that was in front of him, that was in front of the bush, he rolled to his left. And they both had their rifles trained right at each other's faces, and they realized it was their buddy. They rolled like they always do, and they ended up facing off. So you learn a lot about your battle buddy. You learn how fast they are, how strong they are, and you support each other. Now, in the military, you try to pair off experienced troops with the less experienced troops in the battle buddy team. And then you also try to pair off your duty positions or skills. I got some examples here from a fire team. You pair off your machine gunner with the assistant gunner, because the machine gunner without the assistant gunner, he ain't going to last very long. His barrel will overheat and his weapon will seize up, and he won't be able to carry much ammunition. The assistant gunner obviously needs the machine gunner. You pair off your squad automatic rifleman, your saw gunner, with your anti-tank gunner typically. Your anti-tank gunner would take out the vehicle, and your saw gunner would take out the crew as they dismount. You would pair off your team leader with your squad designated marksman. The team leader points out the target he wants taken out, and the marksman takes out that particular target. Think of there's a group of 6 people, but one person in that group is a higher priority target than the other 5. The team leader points it out, and the marksman takes care of it. And then if you have extra people, you pair off your squad leader or a team leader with the new rifleman to help show them the ropes, teach them, let them know what they're supposed to do. Your battle buddy teams are always together. When you eat, when you sleep, when you clean your weapon, when you go to use the latrine, your battle buddy's always there. When you're using the latrine, one person's doing their job. The battle buddy is hanging on to that person's weapon and keeping watch. When one person's eating, the other one's pulling security. When one person's cleaning her weapon, the other one's pulling security. At nighttime, you try to pair off 2 people for guard duty. That way, they keep each other awake. It can be through small talk, but it also can be the one person falls asleep while the battle buddy smacks him quick to wake him up. Now, I mentioned that something that was encountered in Vietnam, reportedly, was that the VC and the NVA used 3-man teams or 3-person teams, because they weren't just a all-male force. They had a lot of females in it too. And the situation on that with Vietnam and in communist countries, the thinking was that one person could convince one additional person to defect with them, to run off the battlefield, to surrender. But if you have a third person, that third person is less likely to join in. That third person could or would, and was expected, to report those other two to the leadership so that they would be caught before they did it. Now, in the U.S. military, if you ended up with an odd number on a fire team, you would have potentially a 3-person battle buddy team. And that third person was typically the brand new person, the most inexperienced. So that one person is learning from the other two. Another common thing is that third person was the screw up. He couldn't do anything right. He'd had battle buddies before who tried to teach him and he wasn't learning. So you pair him off with 2 people, so that hopefully the 2 would get the point across to the 1. This is something that should be done with battle buddy teams, is something that should be done with survivalists. It should be done with the militia. If you're by yourself, you're an easy target, easily taken out. But if you're paired off with another person, you got someone to back you up. It's pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't require a lot of explanation. If you got some good stories on battle buddy teams, or from your battle buddy from when you were in the military, post it in the comments. If you want something you want to add to this, post it in the comments. Now, for all my engineer brothers in the Patriot and militia movements, always remember, essayons.